Joseph Downey with Esports News Network at the Pokémon Pittsburgh Regional here with Tom Hayden. How's your event been, Tom?
It's been so much fun. I love coming to these Pokémon events. I can't say enough good things about like the community and the growing scene, and like as a somewhat of a newcomer last season to be like, you know, to see how it's grown and to see what this event was this weekend. We had a PC Friday, a PC Saturday, and an MSS today, as well as a regional. So it's really cool to see the VG. It's really cool to see how big this TCG event was. I think there were, 1,800 players too. VG only had 430-something, so it's been really cool. I've just been having so much fun coming to these events, man. So yeah, thank you for interviewing me, man.
Of course, absolutely. We love shouting out community and stuff like that. Yeah. So what was your team like that you brought here to compete this weekend?
So I used a version of my Worlds team. I played hard Trick Room most of the season last year, and I would Twisted Dimensions, I would use Indeedee Armorage, I would use Torkoal as my sweeper, I would use Hatterene a lot so I couldn't be taunted, and I liked Hariyama over Iron Hands towards the end of the season. I ended up getting most of my championship points with Hariyama instead of Iron Hands, and I used a Regulation A team at NAIC to qualify for Worlds and finished 39th, 10-4 record, and I didn't like the way I was building in the early formats, and at Worlds I said, it's an early format, let me just use a version of my NAIC team I'm so comfortable with and bring the best version of that team for this format. And I think I did build it. I got player difference to bit. You know, the players there were a different caliber of player, you know. It's really cool to see. I played one American who was my podcast co-host on the Chilling Nate podcast, so shout out that. Rashil Thakar, you know, like, I couldn't believe I got paired with my podcast co-host round one. But then I wanted to play all international players, and that's what I got. I got 2 Japanese players, I got a Chinese player, I got an Australian player who got second at Worlds in 2019. I played a Filipino player and a French player. And actually the French player I played, we had very similar teams. And I was like, we really thought we made a good meta call, huh? Because we were sitting at the 1-4 table. I couldn't stop laughing at that one. But yeah, no, it was insane to see. So coming into this event, I had done so much prep for Worlds with that specific team. I said, I know what I don't like about this team. I see how the meta is developing. Let me bring some fast modes on my hard Trick Room team. So I ended up dropping my Oranguru for Annihilate, and I used Final Gambit Annihilate, and then I dropped my Hariyama for Lilligant. And I used the After You Eruption Lilligant Torkoal. I had Hatterene, I had Armorage Indeedee, and then I had the Annihilate too. And it was a lot of fun. I don't think it's a right call for the meta right now, and a lot of my friends using similar teams were not doing as well. The Armorage Indeedee did have some play at the high tables, but it was slightly different than my version. And then, you know, I was so mad at myself too because I made a last minute decision. I was like, I tested Rocky Helmet on Indeedee, I tested Red Card on Indeedee, and I thought for the metagame right now, Rocky Helmet would be a better call because then there's been a lot of Icicle Crash. I haven't seen as much Ice Spinner to get rid of the terrain, and Ice Spinner and the Red Card has a unique interaction where if they Ice Spinner me, I survive, they switch out before the terrain goes away. So keeping my terrain in those matchups is so valuable. And I think 3 of my losses were to that exact strategy because I added Rocky Helmet over the Red Card. So it was just frustrating to see those, like that one change make such a big difference in my day. But I was very comfortable with the team. It was just really not a great call for the meta. And that's why I played the MSS. I'm playing something slightly different. And yeah, I'm 3-1 right now. So I need to go 2-1 to get points or 3-0 to guarantee cut. And I'm really excited about that. I Tailwind with a Trick Room version, so like a Tail Room team. But yeah, no, my team was not the best call at 4-5. I realized that after the tournament, you know. So I wish I did a little bit better. But coming off of Worlds, I also got a little cocky. I'm not going to lie. I wish I didn't. I don't know how the human ego can't sometimes, you know. When you go into a Worlds tournament, you're like, wait, so I lost to 2 really good Japanese players, I lost to a good Chinese player, I lost to a good Australian player, I lost to a good American player. Like, all my losses were to really good, high-caliber players. I'm going to walk into North America Regional, like, you know, like my crap don't stink. And I really got gamed on hard here. It was really cool to see the different teams. I played a unique team. So anyone familiar with VGC will get this, but there's barely any Iron Valiant, Galarian Moltres, Ceruledge, Gastrodon teams running around, and that was one of my losses in round 4. Then I also played a Gastrodon that had Choice Specs, which is like the 4th most used item on it. I was like, wait, what? That's doing way more damage. Like, how am I going to play around that? Because with my Trick Room teams, you know, too, it's a weird speed, the Gastrodon. So it was really cool to see how the counter team, like, I got a little bit, and those are unique anti-meta teams, so my anti-meta team didn't match up well into the other anti-meta teams, which wasn't good for me at the end of the day, too. And that's what I think worked out well for me at NAIC, actually. my team matched up well into the meta and the anti-meta stuff, so I was able to kind of sneak through the cracks. And this time I didn't have that good of an experience with that.
So with the new regulation coming up, there is going to be a lot more workshopping to do still.
Yes.
So with those new regulations, what are you looking forward to seeing or changing about your own play style or the metagame in general?
So I've, again, mentioned that I played hard Trick Room most of last season. I'm excited to explore more team archetypes, because as someone who just focused on one team archetype last season, because I said, this is going to give me my best chance to get invited to Japan, which I ended up accomplishing that goal, which was so cool. But I said, hard Trick Room and me just mesh right now. I think it works in the format. I think I can play well with it. So at this point, let me commit and learn this and be the best player I could be with this. And I think I was the highest rated hard Trick Room team at Fresno and NAIC. And I won the PC before NAIC too, the day before NAIC. So that really got my confidence up, saying I'm glad I made that decision. But now going forward in the new regulations, I'm so excited to explore different rain teams with Tailwind, different weather teams other than just the room with the sun, because I love the Torkoal. I've been using Torkoal on so many of my teams. I have it on my MSS team I'm 3-1 with right now. But yeah, it's just, I'm excited to see what different archetypes I could explore and try to learn during Regulation E. I don't think it's going to be much different than Regulation D, though. There's going to be a few mons that break through. There's going to be the weather setters, like the Politoed, the Ninetales, both Kanto and the Ice one. But for the most part, we're going to see the most used mons stay the most used mons. There's only going to be a few that break in. So this is going to be an interesting change in the format, because it's not going to be as drastic as Reg C to Reg D was. This is going to be a slight change, almost like Reg A to Reg B was a big change, and Reg B to Reg C changed everything for me, because then my side spam wasn't as good either. So this isn't going to be as big of a change as the other regulation changes, I believe. I could be wrong, though, so that's going to be really fun to see, too, and that's what I'm excited to explore.
Gotcha. And is there anything else you want to say? You've got a following online, a lot of people that watch. Is there anything you want to shout out, say at all?
Yes. So I host tournaments on Limitless TCG, the website, every Tuesday, Tommy's Tuesday Practice Tours. I've been doing that since December, and they helped me a lot get better at this game, and just playing consistently 5 rounds of best of 3 Swiss at 7 p.m. every Tuesday Eastern time has helped me so much, and it's been so cool to see that community grow. I'm giving away copies of the DLC on the 12th and on the 18th to the finalists. So if you want a copy of the DLC, join the Tuesday tournaments, Limitless TCG. The link to the Discord's in there. I'm Tom Hayden 27 on Twitter. Follow me there, Tom Hayden 27 on Twitch. I have so much fun doing the tournaments, and I get so much better from doing them too. The consistent practice has helped me immensely at this game. And last season we had a really cool streak. We had one person at least from every Tuesday, the Tuesday before regional, made day 2 of that regional. So I got to double check and see if anyone from the tournament made day 2 here. I haven't checked that yet, because it's been a whirlwind. Just trying to get ready for the MSS, find a nice spot to dinner, catch up with some friends, and so I got to check that. But that's been a really cool thing to see in the tournaments. And Chilling Nay podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. The Tom Hayden show's coming back, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and shout out the Beast Coast Safari Zone event too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there at Brookland in Brooklyn, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a content creator mixer with a bunch of good people coming. Nino, Poke Bros, Moxie Boosted, and more. I was in the and more, which was cool to see. Hey, thank you so much for your time. I had so much fun doing this, and I'm honored to be pulled to be a part of this interview.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with the rest of your season as well and everything you got going on.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.